So here it is. Here's the stash. About 100, 150 kits in total. Gone for a bit of an overhaul. Just did my armor builder. I kind of got rid of a lot of armor and process getting rid of more armor and kind of just focusing more on aircraft, which is where my passion is. I really like the 48 scale modern stuff and then the 32nd scale Warbird, World War II stuff. It worked at that same size. The 32nd typical World War II stuff is about a foot long, same as the modern fighter jets. So let's kind of go through these. I'll pick out a couple kind of things of note. So I do have a couple of ships in my stash. I'm probably never build those. I have the Cole, which I got really cheap and looked interesting, and also the Indianapolis. A few smaller kits up top here. The Harrier, I do have managed after about a year of looking. I finally managed to get the GR9, the Afghanistan, the Lucy and Michelle decals from I forgot who it is, but really hard to find. So that, but now I see that I kind of caught my eye on the Navy scheme. Looks nice too. So maybe I buy another one, do one in Lucy and Michelle, and the other one in the Navy scheme. Going down here, next shelf, picked up the Pascal Hornet, super cheap at a show last year, or actually earlier this year. Comes with the Black Dog resin cockpit. It's like ridiculously low price. I picked that up. Just picked up the Victor recently, one tiny scale, 1/144. Couple of MiG-21s. I picked up the second one there, around the world box set. I really caught my eye. There's one scheme which is Camel Cigarette Yellow, which looks really interesting. So I picked that up, and I heard they're good kits, but I've not built one yet. Everybody knows about the Tomcats and Tamiya. Amazing quality. I built the A ready. It's fantastic. I got the D in my stash. I'm soon to have the AMK one be arriving next couple of weeks as well. Bottom shelf here. I think a lot of people have these in their collection. The Tamiya, 32nd scale Spitfire, and the Mustang. It's one of those things where you take them out of the collection, you look at the sprues, you admire the quality of it, and it goes back in there again. Every few weeks I take them out and look in the box. I then build it. I don't know why. Just maybe when I retire in many years' time, I'll build it. But for now, I just like looking at the sprues and admiring the quality of the engineering. It's one of those things. So I think a lot of us have those in their collection. Don't build them, just admire them. So there, the Revell ME262. I have some aftermarket American decals for that in like a capture scheme, which is pretty cool. The AFA Club F5E. That's a really hard NN version. That's a really hard kit to find now. That's the best F5 you can get in 48 scale. The below it you can't really see from the box, but the MiG-29 Great War Hobbies, that comes in a really interesting scheme. That's kind of like a it's kind of a digicamo with like tiger heads on the tails. It's really weird, but it's an interesting scheme. So I got that, and I'm sure I have plenty of fun with the decals when I come to build that one. Coming down here, special edition, two box combo of 190 and 109. That's 148 scale. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm really into 132nd for the Warbird, so I'm not sure that'll get built anytime soon. I just like the more detail and the bigger scale. Russian helicopter, and then the very nice ICM HE-111. Going down the bottom here, a couple of Tonkers. I love my Tornadoes. My background, I used to be in the Royal Air Force, and I worked with the Tornadoes, F3 squadrons. I love the aircraft. I want to build them, but the kits suck. It's just a lot of flash, don't fit, over-engineered, don't fit well. I've got tons of aftermarket for them, but to be honest, I'm kind of keeping my stash. I'm hoping maybe one day somebody might bring out a better version of it. Right now, it just takes a lot of work to build them. I've got a couple I've attempted already, and they're just up in the attic. I just gave up on them. They just don't go together that great. Takes a lot of time and effort, unfortunately. Below the 132nd Revell 190. That's a great little kit. Just add a couple of some aftermarket stuff that you can really bring up to scratch and do some re-riveting. Some big sin resin sets. They're not cheap though. Probably about another $100 in aftermarket to get up to speed, and that'd be a great kit. Just released the ICM B26 Invader. The box art really caught my attention, like the weathered look on it. That looks a great kit. The SU-35 Great War Hobby Blanket E. That's another great kit. Big though. I built an SU-27. It's huge, just like the Tomcat. It's kind of that scale. It's pretty big. And then below the Warhawk P40 Special Edition for Eddard. So moving up next level, just a few figure sets. Not really a figure painter yet. I'd love to get into it, but it's more of an art than a modeling for me. It's blending colors and stuff. Takes a lot of work. These boxes in the middle here are various like busts from Mitch's miniature models and some other stuff. A few toon tanks for fun. Pretty much a collection, most of them. And at top here, this thing sold out a long time ago. It's very unique. It's a RP models, and it's a 1 to 10 scale resin. It's a whole cockpit of a fully detailed cockpit of a Spitfire with Douglas Bader figure. I don't have the skills to do justice right now. Hopefully, a few years time, work on my skills, I might be able to paint this up. But I knew it's a limited edition. I knew it'd sell out quick, and so I grabbed them while I could. It was actually sold out at the time, and I reached out to the guy who crafted them at RP Models, and I actually happened to have one left over from like a trade show or something. So I was lucky, so I got one of those. Just a few aftermarket parts. Next level, here's the armor bits. The Land Rover 110, I bought that because Acrid Armor do a very nice Northern Ireland like RUC kind of mod for it, like resin set to make it look like one of those kind of is it Tangy? I'm not sure that could make it like it really kind of like armored and just kind of iconic from like the 90s and 80s. So one day I think I'll buy that. It's not cheap, but one day I'll buy the resin set and upgrade that one. The IDF tank there, that was one of Andy Hobby headquarters, one of his first builds he did, I think, years ago. I saw him do it, and I was impressed with the kit, and it looked really cool, so I bought that. Not built it yet. Next shelf, some Trumpeter stuff, also Meng M3A3, Bradley with 4 interior, the rifle models, M1A1 with 4 interior. Those guys I'll do at some point. Take a lot of work, but I'm definitely very interested in doing those. They're 2 of the kits I'll definitely keep. Some of the other stuff I said I'm getting rid of. I've lost the mojo. I'm not really into armor right now. I'm more into the aircraft. The bottom, that's a really nice kit too. The bordered leopard kit. That's the A5, A6. That's a recent release. That looks a really nice kit. Has a nice scheme in there for like the Berlin camo scheme. So that looks really nice. And then a few other kits there. The Takum King Tiger with 4 interior, and the Sturm Tiger from Rifle Models with 4 interior as well. The Meng Dozer, the D9R Dozer, I bought that because I'll show you in a minute. I picked up a M911 like truck and trailer. My plan was to kind of do the dozer on the back of the truck, kind of like a long diorama kind of thing. But again, I've kind of lost my interest in mojo on this stuff right now. I'll come back some point in time, but right now I'm more into the aircraft. So I'll come back to that stuff last. So this shelf, just a few cars, some airliners. The 767-300, I've got the British Airways Landor decals for that. That's one of the iconic, one of my favorite kind of liveries of all time. That's kind of like the gray with like the dark blue, like from the 80s, the British Airways. So my plan was to do that. A few car kits down here, some bike kits, more car kits. The Ghostbusters was something the kids bought me for Christmas last year. I think it's like a snap tight kit. And again, a few more cars. I was in the cars a couple of years ago. That take a lot of work. You have to really be skilled for the cars. They have to be perfect in terms of paint, build. Everything has to be spotless, really, to make it look good. It's really hard to do with armor and aircraft. If you screw up some of the paintwork, you can just kind of weather over it. There's no weathering on these guys, so it takes a lot of skill. So I like to do now and again, kind of maybe once a year or whatever, just kind of split things up for a change. But generally, it's not really my thing. It's very difficult. The bikes, I've built the RC 213 already. I did it in a matte black carbon fiber scheme. But I know the Ducati 1199 is a really nice kit too. All those Tamiya kits are really good bikes. So going up top here, these are the heavy hitters. Very top, the Tornado. Just make me see it better this way. That's the 132nd GR1. I'm going to order some Aries resin cockpit and exhaust nozzles and get going on that one soon. Hopefully that goes better than the 48 scale one. The sorry, slipping right here my camera. This is the truck we just talked about, the M911. The Nimrod, FX Nimrod in 72nd scale is a big beast. Need some alley cat resin for that really to make it pop. This one was on my wish list for a very long time. Very impressive model. It's the F-16, the Israeli one, from 1/32nd scale from Academy. This kit is amazing. It's just like the 32nd scale Spitfire from Tamiya. It's one of those we just take out, look at the sprues every couple of weeks or so, and put it back and admire the engineering. It's amazing. I love the aircraft. That's something I'm definitely saving to my skills to get a lot better, and I can really do it justice. I do have also down here, hard to find, have the Wolfpack resin cockpit, and have the Ares wheelbase as well. So that's going to be spectacular once it's done. But again, I need to wait a couple of years to get the skills up. At the 32nd Tamiya Phantom, I'm going to be controversial here. I just don't like the Phantom. I just find it ugly. I know I just not into it. I have it like an impulsive buy. If it's British markings, I might be more interested, but the American Navy, I really have no interest. So to be honest, that's actually on eBay right now. Or on Craigslist. I'm going to sell that one. I have a lot of aftermarket for it too, a lot of resin. They're hard to find exhaust nozzles and stuff. It's just not excited about it. Same way, I know the new F-35. A lot of people hate that one. I actually quite like it. So different strokes for different folks. I'm just not into it. And if I'm not into it, I'm not going to do it justice, and I'm going to lose my mojo and not be able to build it right. So there's that one there too. And then finally, Tomcat's one of my favorite aircraft. It just looks cool all the way back from Top Gun era. This is an F-14D 32nd scale from Trumpeter. This is another amazing kit. It's huge though. Tomcats are big in 48 scale, so 32nd is even bigger. It's about 2 to 2.5 foot long. So really big aircraft. I also got the back here again. I got the Ares resin cockpit for that as well, which I hear is a pretty good fit. Just kind of almost a drop in. So that'd be a great project one day too. I had no idea where I'd put it though. It's so big. Probably have to kind of mount it on the wall or do something with it. Definitely wings back. So that's, and then a couple more down here. So I did a review on this one actually. This is a MiG-29 SMT in 32nd scale. This one isn't so bad in that scale. It's a MiG-29 isn't a huge aircraft, so it definitely doesn't have a big wingspan. So but once that's built, that's easy to fit on the shelf. So that's not quite so bad. But another great kit. And then in this box here, I'm not going to get it out, but this is a 1/16th scale Panther. I think it's an early Panther Trumpeter. The first release they did about a year ago with full interior. That thing's just, it's like a suitcase. It's round packed full of plastic. It retails about $450. I picked it up when it first came out on wholesale. I think I paid less than half of that. One day I might build it. I don't know. It's a lot of work. It's a huge model. I was really hoping like an M1A1 would come out with full interior. I know Trumpeter have a 16th scale, but it's not accurate. It doesn't have any interior. So I'd rather do a modern tank, I think, with that scale than an older one. But again, that's there, and that's a huge beast. So also not modeling related, but I do have a Tamiya Mustang RC car too to build. So that's pretty much it. So things are always changing. About every 9 to 12 months, I kind of go through, purge. I sell a lot of stuff and then bring new stuff in. I think for me, part of the hobby isn't just building it, but just collecting the boxes and buying it. I just love buying, researching, and doing that kind of stuff, and buying the aftermarket. So that's my stash. So it's probably about 100 kits or so, maybe a little bit more. But as time goes on, I think some of his armor is going to disappear and be replaced with more 48 scale aircraft. Some of his carts might go too. So again, hope you find that useful and interesting video. Any questions, please let me know. Thank you. Have a great day.